lets it off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on it.
He missed the complete that. He's crazy
Side by
stuff.
side, Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through, he tags Richard Eck.
Three-mile-and-a-half tracks, 3 different winners. It wouldn't be a surprise if tonight we made it 4 for 4. It's Thursday night, and as always, we are here to kick off the holiday weekend with the Premier Racing League on iRacing Live and the Global Sim Racing channel. We are in the state that is known as the Sunflower State. Tonight, we get to see which one of these drivers will bloom and land in victory lane. It's race 8 of the Patriot Fire Cup Series. Welcome to the Kansas 200 at the Kansas Speedway. I'm Chris Scala, alongside me, Sean Ambrose. Amjad Yamin, he's going through his 15th candy wrapper trying to find that gold ticket. And, of course, he's up in booth with us, too. And Dougie Beard, as always, working the cameras. Now, Sean, we've been to the Multi-Groove Homestead Miami Speedway, the Fun Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the High Bank Fast Texas Motor Speedway. Tonight, we attack a Kansas track that's just a little bit different. It's a little different than the real-life Kansas track, too, but in iRacing, they really made it different, but it makes the racing interesting here.
Chris, we're going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here we come. We brought Willie Nelson along with us, and we're here. Kansas City, Kansas. Kansas Speedway, 1.5 miles, Chris. You see there on screen this D-shaped oval built back in 2001 gives us about 17 to 20 degrees of banking in the corners, and along that front stretch there, about 9 to 11 degrees, about 5 degrees in the backstretch. So you're always on a bit of a slope here. This track very tricky, but I think you're going to see these cars run around the top, maybe that middle groove tonight. Doesn't look like there may be much running down on the bottom. We'll see as things develop. But the best thing we could do is take a ride around now in the GSRC Cup car. Sorry, guys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. I'm Brian Yazik. This is Kansas Speedway, and this is the GSRC Chevrolet SS. Kansas is a very unique 1.5 mile oval, and you'll see by running around here just why it's unique. But for your laps around here, right down to the white line to get it warmed up, firing off into turn 1, your braking marker is going to be that Sprint Cup sign on the wall, whether it's just before or if you're brave enough, just after it. Through the middle of the corner, right in the top groove, 3/4 throttle, back into the gas all the way, just as you're about on the exit of the corner. That top groove, even though you have to play with the throttle, same here in 3 and 4. Even if you have to play with the throttle a little bit, it's still faster than trying to run the bottom. There's just a lot more banking up here, so you're going to see all of the drivers up here throughout the race, all the way down to the infield grass to complete your hot lap, and maybe even race pace. But back down into turn 1, you can kind of brake right there. That time I took it right at the Sprint Cup sign, still rolled it through the corner, still fighting loose off, but back into the gas here. Now going into turn 3, your braking marker is either going to be that start of the safer barrier, or if you kind of want to ease it into the corner, right as you get past that last American Ethanol green sign on the wall. Same situation. Run it high in 4, bring it down here, try to set up a pass for 1 and 2. Kansas, as you can see, very, very unique with the progressive banking that they have here. And these cars will sure love to rim ride high, wide, and handsome, inches from that wall. And we're going to see it all under a great show today on the Global Sim Racing Channel. I'm Brian Yazik. This is Kansas, and this was the GSRC Chevrolet SS.
Race fans, that is a lap around this fast 1.5 mile D-shaped oval. Chris is with the driver who scored his first Patriot Fire Cup Series win in Texas. Last week, Chris, he's caught up with Nick Cohan.
Yes, I do have the winner from last week, and it's kind of ironic that we were just watching Brian Yazik on the screen there with the lap guide, and of course Yazik in the car tonight. He drove that GSRC car a lot more careful than he did his HPP car tonight, so thankfully he took care of our car. But with that said, Nick Cohan tonight, well, it took you 38 starts. There's 37 starts, 38th entering tonight to get that first career win. They always say that first one's the toughest. Can tonight be number 2?
I hope so. You know, I didn't get much practice tonight, but currently sitting P2 on a board, so feeling pretty comfortable. This track's pretty difficult because you have to run the outside. It seems to be the quickest groove, and that works for me because I'll do whatever it takes to run the outside, even if it almost isn't the fastest around. But it's just really hard to pass when that's the only good groove. So it'll be interesting. You'll see a lot of you know, you'll see some dirt moves come into play with some slide jobs tonight. So we'll see how it plays out. Just gonna ride around, just try and be there at the end.
Well, Nick, one thing Sean and I love are some sliders, so we'll enjoy the slide jobs here this evening. Yeah, we all love our sliders, but is there a chance tonight? Pit strategy. Obviously, with it being one groove, you can't really go any higher than you're going to be because you're up against the wall. The bottom line's not the fastest. Can 2 tires work tonight if the right situation happens?
That's funny you say that. I just did a little test run with 2 tires, but I'm not going to give that away to you guys because somebody might be listening. But no, we'll see how it plays out. I think you're going to see that because of being night. I think that's just you know, that's any night track seems 2 tires seem to work a little bit better, and you know, if anybody's going to gamble on 2, it's going to be me.
Nah, not you. No. But how much pressure did that relieve you last week getting that win?
Oh my God, that's I can't even explain to you. You know, I tried so hard, and to finally get that off is a big relief. I feel, you know, almost one of the guys now. You know, so it you know, just getting momentum is the key. You know, and it was a good team win to get us all motivated and to just put us in a better position in the points here. Just try and chase down Bob and Scott and. You know, I just hope it continues because it's early in the season. We got a long year ahead of us, and there's no chase. So, you know, I mean, wins almost don't even mean as much as they used to with the chase. With the chase, it was like, you know, the win was great. You know, you're locked in the championship. You can gamble on a lot of other stuff the rest of the year, but it's not like that. You know, we were celebrating all week, but it's, you know, back to testing and back to focus on the next race. Got to just forget about it and move on. So we're looking forward to Kansas. It should be a fun race, and it was fun last year, so should put on a good show.
All right, Nick. Well, we wish you the best here this evening, and we'll see if you can go get 2 in a row, and we'll see if the hashtag Don't Mess With the Cohan returns.
Thanks, guys. Have fun in the booth tonight.
Thanks, buddy. Nick Cohan joining us this evening, and Sean, I think he has every reason to be excited about tonight's race.
I do too. He's awful fast here in practice and put down some really, really hot laps. Been really consistent throughout his practice laps, his runs here. He's been on track a few times, and car looks good. Nick's hot right now, and he can certainly, with a good qualifying effort. I think track position is going to be everything here tonight, Chris, and I think a good qualifying effort could go a long way for Nick.
And now for those keeping track, watching us on the stream tonight, that's one Kansas reference already from the band. Sean, tonight 200 miles, 134 laps. The halfway point, lap 67, so right at the 100-mile mark, in which bonus points, of course, from 10 down to 1 will be awarded to the top 10. But let's take a look at these points as we enter tonight. The drop has already been included, but we have a pretty tight battle on our hands.
We do, and it's Scott Eckridge sitting there at the top. But look at old Bob Bryant sitting there just 7 points behind now. Bob coming up the ladder. Nick Cohan, well, there he is sitting there in third all by himself, and a good run for him tonight. As we said, could boy, that could really propel him up the points, and who knows, maybe get him up to first by the end of the night. Tommy Ryan in this great battle back here with Tyler Dalton and Ricky Harden, Rhett McBride, Drew Carroll, Tim Johnson, all the way down to James Corolla tied with Johnston. This is still a really good points battle with that drop week figured in now here in the top 10 spring standings. Now let's move on to the season standings right now. Okay, the spring standings represent the first 10 races of the first segment of this season. Here this season, we've got Scott Eckrich there at top, Bob Bryant in second, Nick Cohan, Tommy Ryan, Tyler Dalton, Rhett McBride, Tim Johnston, Ricky Harden, Drew Carroll, and Brian Mellendorf rounding out your top 10. But as you see there in the middle of the pack there, Ryan back really basically to Mellendorf to the 10th spot. They are really closed up, and everybody right now chasing Nick Cohan to get into that third spot there in the standings.
And one interesting thing we should mention tonight, Scott Eckrich is not here. He did not make the trip to Kansas, so we'll have to see how that drop plays a role tonight with that situation. So we should see Bob Bryant move up to the point lead, depending on how he does tonight at the end of this race in both of those standings, in the spring and the season standings. And one other piece of breaking news we want to share tonight, Mr. Sean, we mentioned last week Michael Krobach took the week off after some pretty heavy wrecks he's been in the first 7 weeks, or 6 weeks of the season, I should say. And at number 7 tonight, he's back from that week off from being sore. He got cleared by the doctors, and there he is on track right now qualifying. He was P4 in practice. I did get a chance to talk to him before the practice, Sean, and he did say, quote, "Everything is great. He's just happy to be here." Where have we heard that?
Well, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Michael Krobach. Yeah, the number 7 will be on track tonight, and you know what, Chris? I'll throw him in there as an early favorite to win this thing. Coming back after taking some time off, the concussion protocols have been cleared, and he is ready to roll, baby.
Yeah, absolutely, and we and I think he might be my sneaky pick tonight, because he's only had one finish. Listen to this closely. One finish inside the top 30, and that was the 14th run at Phoenix when he got spun on the final lap. So when I say he's had no luck, he's had no luck, literally. So we'll see how he does here this evening as qualifying underway right now. James Krahula on the pole. Let's get some keys tonight, Mr. Ambrose. Key number 1, as you see, we are going to be up in the Larson line tonight. Don't scratch the paint.
Boy, you don't want to scratch it too much. It seems like the first time you put it in the wall, you might get away with that, but if you do it again, dare I say, you may be in a lot of trouble. That first time maybe sometimes helps the car turn a little bit better, but make no mistake, if you're going to run up there on that high line and you're just there on the screen, you saw, I think that was Skrupa's car, had a little bit of right front damage on it. That's what you're going to have to deal with, is damage on the right side of that car, which is going to make it want to push. Going to make it really, really hard to handle in traffic. And yes, Chris, with no fast repairs, you better take care of that machine tonight.
Not to mention the walls here at Kansas seem to grab you, and when they do, you stick to them. It's not like you hit and you bounce off. When you're in it, you kind of rub up against it.
Yeah, Velcro.
There you go. Or
yes.
Depeche Mode, wherever you want to go with it. I got so many references we could go here. But number 2 tonight, track position late in race. I asked the question to Cohan. I'm going to ask you, Sean. If you come down to 15, 20 laps to go, do you go 2 tires to try to get track position?
I think tonight you definitely take that gamble. Let's face it, we're halfway through the first segment. If you're up fighting in the top 10 in points right now, I think this is a pretty good gamble tonight to take 2 tires here. I think the conditions we have this evening, I think this is a good opportunity to maybe pull one over on the field. Chris, listen, it's only 75 degrees, okay? It's 75 degrees on track. I think you can get away with 2. 15 to go. See. 15 to go. You may even try and just get your splash and get out of the pit box.
Ooh. We'll keep an eye out at that point. 15 to go, so about lap 1. If I do the math, carry the 1, that would be, 1:18? We'll look at that point to see when that gets here. But last but not least here, we've gone 3 for 3. Bob Bryant, Scott Eckrich, Nick Cohan. Do we get a 4th different winner tonight on the mile and a half?
I think we do. I do. Yeah, I think we do. Now, I think, does that get us to our woodshed pick?
I think it takes us to the woodshed, my friend.
Been thinking about this a lot. I really have. Give me Thomas Georgia tonight.
Oh, well, that's a little different than what I heard in the video on Facebook today.
Give me Thomas Georgia tonight. I got a feeling.
All right.
The Pepsi machine. is it's ready to yield some dividends for its paying customers, sir.
Nice. Thomas George, the Virginia driver there. He's actually P4 in qualifying right now. And I know he got roughly... Actually, we just got past the 5-minute mark, so I believe qualifying is coming to an end here. Let's see if it's all done. What do you know? Who said momentum doesn't rise when you win that first race? Nick Cohan is going to be the pole sitter tonight for the Kansas 200, the NP3 Designs Pole Award winner, your Texas winner. Brought the Texas car with him here to Kansas. And pretty good lap there, as you see. Goes that apron, runs right up there against the wall. Not totally against the wall, but almost right where the top groove begins. And it's kind of hard. You got to bring it there off the wall a little bit, down the back straightaway. And you got to brake early there. You can easily lose the back end going into turn 3.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, you're getting out of here for qualifying run on cold tires. He does a great job of making it stick, gets it all the way down there on the apron, right up against the grass, and across the start-finish line with a super hot lap.
28.42 seconds is going to be the lap tonight for Nick Cohan. So that, if I do the math, that's going to be a little over 185 mile an hour or something like that. It's actually a pretty good lap when it's all over with, but don't trust my math because I went to school in Florida, as I always say, each and every week. So tonight, Sean, your pick is Thomas George. I'm going to go ahead and throw out something there for Krobach because I think he deserves to have a good finish tonight. But for the viewers tonight, what are we going to see out of Kansas?
Here's what I hope we're going to see. I hope we're going to see nice green flag runs tonight. I hope we see this pit strategy come into play because, Chris, getting onto pit road, so very, very important, especially when you're coming down from the top of the track and traffic around you. It's getting onto this pit road is going to be very, very sketchy this evening. You're going to have everybody coming in, like if we're under green flag conditions, you got everybody coming in at speed, all dashing for that line. You're going to have to be super careful because anytime you lose getting into pit lane under green flag could be the end of your race tonight. I think it's going to be that kind of pace. I think they're going to be wide open for most of this race, Chris.
Yeah, it's going to make it a lot of fun here. When this is all over, it's going to be tough to pass, but that's what the challenge is all for here for these drivers that has shown up tonight for the Premier Racing League and the Patriot Fire Cup Series. It's race number 8 of 11 in the spring season. Of course, race number 8 out of the 34 races. For some reason I just went blank on that. I think it's 34 races that they are going to run this season. Don't ask why.
It's 31, Chris. It's
31. Thank you. I was trying to remember. I'm like, why did I lose a number in my head?
We have 3 10 race segments, and yes, we have the one final, the grand finale of the season.
Yes. That's why you're here, by the way, to help me with numbers. Anyways, right now, we're going to go down and, as we always do before we go racing in the Patriot Fire Cup Series, we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And back at the Kansas Speedway, a rendition of our national anthem as we get ready for race number 8 of the Patriot Fire Cup Series, the Kansas 200 here with the Premier Racing League. Appreciate everybody watching us on the Global Sim Racing channel and, of course, on iRacing Live. If you want to chat with us, as you see Don Runkle Jr., Snoop Doggy Don, watching us this evening, not racing tonight. And he looks to be back next week at Road America, as I'm calling it. And If you want to chat with us tonight, feel free to do so. We all have our chats up and would love to talk with you as you enjoy the race on iRacing Live and, of course, on the Global Sim Racing channel. And if you're just watching us for the first time, we appreciate you joining us, as you got a pretty fun show about to take place here as the qualifying is officially ended. And we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Kansas 200. The NP3 Designs Pull Award winner, Nick Cohan, 28.422 seconds. Starting alongside him, the Grand National winner from Kansas Tuesday night, Brian Yazek.
Row 2, going to be James Grulla and Thomas George.
Interesting. Row 2 is the two guys you mentioned. Row number 3, Bob Bryant. He looks to keep that momentum going. Tyler Dalton, he is a sleeper tonight.
How about row 4, Jeff Ward and Tim Johnston?
Tim Johnson looking to have another good run tonight. Tommy Ryan in number 9 position alongside him. Norman Peltier to 3rd. Good qualifying run for him.
Row 6 belongs to Drew Carroll and Paul Pepper.
Yeah, Sergeant Pepper looking to have a good run this evening. Woodrow Mahan going to start inside of row number 7. Alongside him, Brian Mellendorf.
Okay, and then we go to row 8. It's going to be Justin Rodden and Ricky Harden.
Daytona 300 winner there. Devin Cannon looking to get himself on a roll tonight. He'll start alongside Josh King.
Okay, and let's see. I'm sorry, I lost my place there. Here we go. Josh Grupa in 19th. Michael Krobach, 20th.
Row number 11 as we look at 21st and 22nd. Dan Murray, he'll start alongside Travis McQuiston.
Big row 12. Going to be Matt Murphy and Rich Jetty.
Adam Blitzel, hashtag, he'll start inside of row number 13. He'll actually get an EOL penalty from some incidents there in Texas. Alongside him, Randy Yoakum.
All right, and 27th, 28th, and 29th going to go to Calvin Filarski, Gerald Livingston, and John Wilco. And that rounds out your 29-car field. 29
cars getting ready to go 134 laps this evening. You see the grid and the Ford Mustang pace car ready to take them off any second now, as they will roll away and get one pace lap on this mile-and-a-half track. As we mentioned, you got 3 more races left here, Sean, in this spring season. And I tell you what a, as we like to call a smorgasbord of tracks that we're going to be racing here in the next 3 weeks. So tonight we're at Kansas. Ready? Next week we go to Elkhart Lake in Road America. Then the following week we go to Gateway. That's pretty wild.
Mixing it up just a bit, keeping everybody on their toes, Chris. That's the name of the game, okay? Road America going to be a blast. I can't wait to see these Cup cars at Road America unleashed. It's and there's a few ringers out here. A couple of these boys are really good on the roadside, so I can't wait to get there. But Chris, well, carry on, sir.
Yes, my friend. Hey, good news. Dougie Beards watching us on the stream tonight. He must have got his Wi-Fi working on his Zach Morris phone up above us. Good news there for Dougie. Welcome him in tonight. And, of course, the others, 100% Beef. Welcome. It's an interesting name, but welcome in. But, Sean, 134 laps. 67's a halfway point. 200 miles. We're coming to green. There's only one thing left to do, bud.
Baby, it's time to party. Let's boogie.
Green flag. Here we go. And look at Krula down to the bottom already.
All the way down to the bottom. He was almost into the grass. 3 wide going into turn 1 as we get started.
That's what I call an elevator road. They are 3 wide. Bob Bryan sticking it in the middle.
Big Bob getting it in there real tight. Oh, boy. George having to hang on up top.
Krula making a smart move like, you guys can go on. But Nick Cohan is gone. He's like literally dusting the wind to everybody else. That's 3 for those keeping track.
Man, I'll tell you what, Nick off to a really good start, but I don't think he's getting away anywhere. Now, the clean air is your best friend right now. Here.
Tyler Hudson, first one to get the Kansas stripe. I think we can use that word, right?
Yeah, it's Tyler Dalton that gets that stripe there. Has to get all the way out of it, Chris.
Who'd I say?
Is it Tyler Hudson?
Let's see what happens. Wow. Pardon me, Mr. Tyler. Wrong one.
Yeah, just a little bit of damage on the right side of that car. Not much, just the scuff. Don't want to put it up there again.
See what other pro names I can get out there tonight. Anyways,
ooh, more trouble. Cars checking up back here.
Wow, a little gaggle here, Carnes. You mentioned Mr. Excitement. Yeah. Drew Carroll's in there with Johnston and the 29 Sergeant Pepper's there on the bottom.
Yeah, Tommy Ryan and Ricky Harden had to check up really hard. Able to do it and not.
Oh, Pepper's in the wall.
Paul
Ryan down
Pepper
into
in the
Ricky Harden,
wall.
they're in the grass spinning. Oh, Pepper across the track. No caution yet. They're all down in the grass. Yeah, three
Chris,
cars.
I just don't get it. We've got no caution, and everybody racing on. They all immediately got down onto the apron, but they still came across the field as they were coming through. That is awful strange. We got to keep going green. We got to keep going green, though, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, Tim Johnson looks like he's got a flapjack already on his right side, or in America we call it pancake. Paul Pepper already taking his car behind the wall.
Up front, Nick Cohan almost got a piece of the wall himself, getting off the turn, but he is still your leader. But Brian Yazik and Thomas George have reeled him in, Chris. On board with Thomas George here, sitting in that popcorn position, riding along just behind that rookie there, Brian Yazik, in the HPP Simulations Blue Oval.
So Sean, apparently I'm 0 for 2 already tonight. So first I call Tyler Dalton, Tyler Hudson. And then I say Tyler Hudson's a pro, and apparently he's not anymore. So I'm 0 for 2. I'm just going to shut up. Best thing to do here is, Cohen almost gets the water. Here comes Yazik. Don't look now. Here's the blue 2-4. Oh, caution.
Oh, and that's going to be Norman Pelletier.
Oh, and Travis Question also.
Yeah, it looks like he made a little bit of contact coming off of turn 4, Chris. Let's look at the replay here and try and catch it.
Oh, wow. Was that like Netco at the 35 or something? You see his front end jump in the air.
That was kind of strange. Man, strange things are afoot at the Circle K this evening. Wow. Yeah, that was Joshua King's car. That's the gray and pink numbered car there just in front of McQuiston and Norman Pelletier. And I just can't explain it, but boy, McQuiston takes an awful lot of damage there. Pelletier gets some pretty heavy left side damage and right side damage out of that. So that car is probably not going to handle well now. And unfortunate caution right there. That's probably going to see everybody, quite frankly, going to see everybody come down here, Chris.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. And a good break here for Tommy Ryan. He was about to go lap down with that heavy damage on the 6. He was able to stay on the lead lap as the cars are all going to hang a dead left here. And it's funny, we talked about Kansas before we went off the air, or before we went on the air, Sean, and we talked about how Kansas, their early albums had some very interesting titled songs. Well, Kansas here off to some very interesting things early.
Yeah, the non-caution, again, the way the car slid back across the track in front of other traffic oncoming, I thought that's immediate reason for that flag to come out. Hard to say what happened there. The caution we did get, albeit unfortunate.
We got strategy.
Good. Yeah. Probably. Wow, I should probably shut up. Go ahead, Chris. Take it away.
It's to say Josh King going to take the 2 tires. It looks like we got our strategy in play here. Josh King going to get the lead out of the pits here, it looks like, over Brian Yazik.
Okay, so not a bad time to try it. Okay, yeah. If you want to test it, why not test it now? Right? Yeah,
I agree 100% with that. So we'll have to see how that all works out here. As I was just looking at some of the teams in here, and I believe that was teammates that actually connected with each other there in that caution. As I'm looking here, I know. But either way, I believe we got another replay we wanted to show real quickly. I think Amjad has for us that we're going to show in this wreck, so you can see it one more again. This is the wreck before the caution. So you're going to see Tommy Ryan there in the 6. You got Drew Carroll up ahead there. Paul Pepper's going to just get a little loose there and smack the wall here.
Yeah, let's go on board with Tommy Ryan. Yeah, take a view, because he certainly picked up a lot of damage on that. We'll see exactly how much here. Frosty Pop Racing driver has nowhere to go there.
I mean, the benefit of having tools for a sponsor, Northern Tool, he'll get that car fixed pretty quickly, I'm thinking. Just get a couple hammers out and beat the tar out of it. You're good.
I'm sure his dad has an awesome set of tools, Chris.
What, Tim the Toolman Taylor? The fact that Amjad just actually tried to do the laugh behind her back, that was awesome.
Well, he's definitely going to need more power out of that machine at this point.
So Josh King in the Goat Rope Racing number 35, he is going to be the leader. I'm anxious to see if he's going to take the bottom or take the top here to see how this is going to work. Now I'm thinking, because here's the trickiness with these cars, you're going to get the early jump because you're allowed to go whenever you want to. You get to turn 1, you're going to have to let off if you're on the bottom. Where if you're on the top, you might be able to hold it wide open. Oh, and Josh King decides maybe that wasn't a good idea.
Maybe he had him unchecked. He didn't realize. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to get that. Well, I mean, he's picking up a point for leading. So, yeah, I guess he's going to have to get his business done quick here, though, because they're going side by side. Chris, the lights are out on the pace car, and we're getting ready to rock and roll here at Kansas Speedway.
And I should confirm that was 2 teammates, the Peltier McQuiston team, simulations team, Norm Peltier, and of course the 93 of Travis McQuiston. Getting connected there to bring out the first caution, so I'm sure there will be team meetings on Monday. But Brian Yazik, he's going to be the leader now. He'll have the inside lane with Nick Cohan. Bob Bryant there on the inside alongside him. Thomas George, the Lumberjacks pick, a.k.a. Sean Ambrose. Tyler Dalton alongside James Prahula there, row 3, Drew Carroll.
That's right. No bonus points for leading. Thanks, Scott, for... I always make that mistake. Scott Eckridge straightening me out there.
It takes time for us to adjust. New point system. They've only been given leaders points since, DW was testing that sim rig that they were showing on TV this week. Anyways, pace car's off. Lap number 11 out of 134, and Yazik with kind of a later start, and a couple people almost jammed it up, but they got going.
Look at Yazik get right up there in the middle of the track, and then gets it back down to the line as he exits off, and it's just a stack up behind him.
You see Dalton there on the inside of the 24, and trouble on the track. Second caution.
Oh, and it's Adam Blattel. It looks like maybe he had a little bit of contact with Devin Cannon heading through the turn. You're going to see the 83 here on the inside of the 9. And Chris, 2 cars trying to get that same piece of real estate through the turn. Something had to give.
Caution number 2 out, and Blattel kept it out of the wall, which is good.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, the good news is we're not dealing with a lot of damage for either car here. But tough break and tough way to restart. Boy, what a job by the 77 there, just getting by, staying out of trouble, keeping it clean. Good job by Rich Jetty.
A lot of good cars there. And you see Blattel running right there in that middle, almost a bottom groove there with Cannon. Cannon almost had no place to go. And that the only thing I guess he really could have done is gotten out of it. It was just an incident, unfortunately, a racing deal that happened that brings out the second caution. You're not going to see much damage on the 9, but I did see right front damage on the 83. So we'll have to see here, and I believe we will not have a lucky dog. So Brutus, unfortunately, will get to hold his bathroom break for a couple more minutes. Rumor has it that Scott Eckridge is actually taking out Brutus tonight. It's part of him not racing.
Boy, I feel a lonely wind blowing in from the plains here, Chris. And I don't know. It could be time for these guys to... I think they may have gotten it figured out here. Might be time to really get to some racing.
That'd definitely be a cool thing. This track is a really interesting track. When it was built in 2001, I remember I actually watched the 01 race a few weeks ago. It was won by Jeff Gordon, and you looked at the track then, you didn't see anything around it. And now it's like a city. You got the gaming and casino place off turn 2. You got the soccer stadium where Sporting KC plays their soccer right offside turn 3 and 4. You got a whole strip mall out there now. It's its own city outside of this track now, and how cool it is. I think you can see a little bit of it over there in the camera to your right there of the stadium, but definitely one of the funner venues I would like to actually go check out.
It is a thriving metropolis now. And you know what? They said build it and they will come. And this is one of the examples of where, they built a racetrack and the development showed up. It did show up as promised. And, that hasn't been the case for a lot of tracks. And some haven't gotten a cup race because of it. They built those tracks on spec. And I think, of a couple of examples yourself, Chris, I'm talking about. They built the track on spec hoping to get that cup date. Kansas is one of the great examples of one that succeeded in despite the non-success of other tracks.
Well, you look at a Kentucky Speedway for an example. They tried for years to get it, and it almost took a lawsuit for them to get it when it was all over with. And then the Iowa Speedway now, there's been some interesting rumors going on around that track about it being sold to someone that could potentially help bring the Cup Series to that track when it's all over with. So I think that's something to look forward to. I think Iowa deserves a Cup race. Rusty Wallace and those guys have built a great track over there, and I think it's some of the best racing you have all years when you see the trucks over there and the Xfinity Series putting on racing there. And even when on iRacing, when we get over there, there's not a time where somebody's not thrilled to be racing on Iowa. If it's in the K&N car or the C truck or the B Xfinity car or even this Cup car, it's fun to drive in Iowa.
Yeah, agreed. And can't forget the beautiful track that they built there in the Memphis area.
Oh yeah.
That basically nothing really ever happened with. So
yeah,
they opened that back in, what was it, 87, I think.
Memphis Motorsports Park. You're speaking of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be like the next. That was supposed to be like the next Richmond.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was actually watching the ARCA race this past week from the fairgrounds in Nashville, which it was like, man, if only they raced there still. But enough about the nostalgia stuff.
It's time to get back to racing here for sure. Let's do it.
Yazik, Cohan, Bob Bryant, Thomas George, Tyler Dalton, Drew Carroll. How about Krobach from 20th up to 7th already in number 7? Looking pretty good there. Brian Mellendorf, who's been pretty solid. Jeff Ward. One guy I'm surprised we don't see tonight, Gregory McDougall, who's been working on 2 straight top 5s. Not here tonight.
Yeah, and that's, gonna have to take that points hit. Tough. Life happens sometimes, Chris.
Hey, life always comes first. You'll never hear somebody more than me preach it. But pace car can hang a dead left here. Yazik, Cohan going to lead him back to the green flag lap. Number 16 going into books here of 134. Well, let's see if we get this run going now after 2 early cautions. Yazik and everybody else down below that white line.
Man, what? Krobach already pushing it there on Drew Carroll.
What a story would that be if he went and won this race tonight?
That'd be a pretty good one. Boy, Tyler Dalton's still living dangerous. And boy, look at the run there that Jeff Ward's getting. Ooh, he threw it down to the bottom of the track. It works, slides right up in front of Krobach.
Teammates there, actually. Is Krobach going to work the high side here? Here comes Drew Carroll, the high side of Dalton. That low line works not a majority of the time, but sometimes on fresh tires. But after a while, you might as well say goodbye. It ain't happening anymore. I mean, you might be able to gain some position if you're able to slide up in front of a car that gets caught up maybe in front of another. But otherwise, you're not going to get much down that bottom lane.
No, you're not. Now Cohan, Dalton back there slipping into line with everybody else. Notice Bob Bryant there Thomas George there electing to stay down off the apron and up the track there. And quite honestly, it didn't affect him one bit. He kept pace with everybody.
Well, what's the best way to stay out of trouble? Go where they ain't. Everybody was down on the apron, just go up there against the wall. I mean, if they come up the track, you have more chances of missing them. But Yazik's starting to stretch it out a little bit. He's got about a half second on Cohan. And you see Bryant, George, and a whole line of cars back here. First side-by-side battle. Let's take it back here with Woodrow Mahan in the 13th position, 12th position. Mahan with some heavy nose damage already on that number 12 Ford. He's got the 28 there. Filarski, Matt Murphy back here with him. You wonder if that nose is definitely making that car push a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure Woodrow's got his hands full, man. That that car can't be handling well at all. It's really beat up. But happened on that first caution flag. Actually, he was one of the cars that got a piece of that trying to get by, and Filarski not able to do anything with it. Actually, Woodrow giving Rich Jetty a pretty good run here.
Yeah, one car we should mention must have made a pit stop there. James Krahula. Let's go back to the field here. Krahula is all the way back in the 19th, 20th position right now. And he pitted, I think, at that last caution and is kind of riding back here. James, who was one of the faster cars in qualifying, also in practice, going to have to work his way up through this field. And this is not easy to pass.
It's not. We're already seeing that on track. It's passing is starting to become a bit of a premium. One car able to keep doing that is Matt Murphy. Matt Murphy continues to move up through the field, up 10 spots here early. Now, Filarski going to get run on him, but Matt going to keep the car kind of in the middle of the track there, then get it down towards the bottom. He's been doing this for the last 5 or 6 laps. And
yeah, he just passed Filarski.
Yeah, it seems to be really paying off for him. He keeps pulling down positions.
Riding on board the SKF 28 car.
Ooh, and Filarski in the wall.
That's an arrow there. He got too close behind him, lost the nose, and pushed it right up into it.
The push is real, brother.
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Arrow push.
Man. Boy, he lost a lot on that, too. Lost several positions. James Krahula going to make it by Filarski now, actually. Looking to the inside, going down into 1. Krahula going to take it.
Yeah, Krahula just slowly working his way up now. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah. Filarski gets the wall again, Chris.
And Krahula is able to clear him now, so move Krahula up another position to 18th. And a battle for second. Mr. Bryant, Highline. Stays there, but here comes Drew Carroll to the bottom. Carroll's already gone. That's a slider on Tyler Dalton. There's our first slider of the night. Already 26 laps in the book. We're just a little over 40 laps away from the halfway point. These cars running on the edge. Literally.
Chris, I'm sorry, buddy. I was going to say, I think that you talk about the laps. I think that fuel window going to probably be somewhere between about 32 to 38 laps, buddy.
Which would be interesting, because then you're going to be pitting probably at about 5 to 10 laps to go in the run. So you're probably going to split it in half. Maybe in the next 20 laps, these cars could be on pit road getting tires and fuel to try to get some strategy. We'll have to keep track of that as Cohan's starting to stretch Bob Bryan a little bit here. We got a good fight. Virgil Mahan inside Justin Rodden. Rodden having a pretty good run in the 11th position there.
You know what, though, man? Give it to Rich Jetty. Jetty on a great run, too, man. He's up 14 spots, got himself in 10th, and starting to pull in Mellendorf just a little bit.
James Krahula continuing to make moves along with Matt Murphy. He's been down that bottom side, and Krahula back here trying to go past Josh Skrupa there, the truck winner from the American Pool Supply Truck Series Sunday night at Kansas here. Skrupa coming home with another victory there. Meanwhile, the 5, here comes Dan Murray, Daytona 300 winner. They're looking on the outside of Murphy, and there is a freight train ready to go by him.
Yeah, and that is 10th, all the way back to like 17th there, Chris. What a battle going on here in this pack. And leading that is actually Justin Rodden, who managed to get
Thomas
by.
George got the wall in 4th. Here comes Carroll. Only takes time for that Pepsi can to get a little crunched.
Yeah, definitely.
Carroll with a slider.
Definitely don't want to wrinkle that can up. Not seeing much damage there, maybe just a scuff. He survives it, gets the position back from Drew Carroll.
Very nice racing here for 3rd and 4th. As a matter of fact, Bob Bryan has fallen to 5th. So Bryan's starting to kind of struggle a little bit here. George almost gets a off too, and here comes Carroll again.
Well, George is going to have to try and do a better job than that right now. It's easy for me to say. I'm not out there racing, but it's got to stay out of the wall. The hounds are at the gate.
Now, the one thing interesting about this setup, Sean, tonight, it's a fixed setup league. They're running the Kansas setup, the daytime setup, in a night race. It's very interesting because with the iRacing new build, they've had some setups they've had to redo pretty much of things. So when you go in to do like a fixed race, there's a limited number of setups you can run in this car right now. So it's very interesting and that these cars are out here running tonight in a daytime setup with the night race.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I really like the way the car... listen, Chris. I've always imagined... I've never driven a Cup car, okay? But I've always imagined it being just a real difficult thing to do. You know what I mean? To keep under control at speed. If that new build has gotten this car closer to feeling like that, I think that's a good thing.
You need a Cup car. It's not easy to drive. It's like driving a GT3. Says no one at all.
Yeah, I don't think anybody gets to agree with you on that, buddy.
A dogfight back here for the 11th position. Skrupa has just pulled a slider on Rodden. You got Mahan back here trying to make a move, and now the 77 of Jetty trying to hold off Dan Murray.
Yeah, we got off of that whole pack, and then all of a sudden, here comes Josh Skrupa out of nowhere. Skrupa now up to 10th.
Yeah, Skrupa and looks like Rahula following him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Patriot Fire Chevrolet is hot right now. It's Skrupa really still getting the most out of his machine, almost 20 laps into his run.
Oh, Ricky Harden climbs the wall a little bit.
Ricky's still trying to recover from trouble early, Chris. Boy, yeah, I was talking about Rich Jetty earlier and how much he had moved up. That car has really fallen off into this run on him, and he is now dropping through the field. Everybody getting by Rich Jetty. Ricky Harden trying to pull that off right up on him through the turn. The 54, Tim Johnston, has to get out of it.
Ooh, almost some contact with Dan Murray and Mahan there into the corner. You saw it right in front of you there, actually. Check that, it's actually Ricky Harden in front. It happened in front of this pack. But there's a bunch of side-by-side going on. You see Adam Littell down there on the hashtag apron.
Yeah, this is a hornet's nest right here.
That Amsoil Toyota running down that white line. Got to slide up, but he's going to pass a couple cars there. Wow, that's impressive.
Look at Tim Johnston making that move in the middle there. Oh, Johnston splits the uprights, trying to hang on to it. Almost gets to Rich Jetty. Backs out a little bit. Got Blattell right there on his inside. He finally gets by. Oof. Wow.
Devin Cannon joined in that picture, too. In the 83 car. Devin going to go high side here on the 8 of Randy Oakham. And he's going to get squeezed up. Meanwhile, Krahula still is moving in the bottom here on the 5. This is now for the 11th position. Rahula restarted back in the 20s.
Hey, listen, I know that's a good battle, but the battle between Jetty and Johnson right now, it's real.
Oh, and the fight on for third here. Sorry to cut you off, Sean. Drew Carroll,
No,
Thomas George, Bob Bryant. Here comes the slider. And he's going to pull it off. Nice shot by Carroll. Let's see if George can get the run. Crossover, maybe no. He's got that high line. Let's see if Carroll drives it deep again. He does. Slider again.
Boy, it really breaks George's momentum right there. Oh, almost throwing a boat anchor out there. George all the way up on the bumper.
Well, it's tricky for him because you got the other two behind him. And you do some kind of checking up like that, you can get ran over in that kind of deal. So you kind of get yourself in a little predicament when somebody does that to you.
And a really good job by Bob Bryant of not doing exactly that. Bob, a real pro, sensing that could happen, stays out of it. And, we still continue green flag racing here. Chris, I had a feeling.
You called it. I give you props as always, but We're about 27 laps away from the halfway point here. So the question, when are you coming to pit road? We're looking at some of these runs here. The guy with the least amount of laps on his tires right now, I'm looking at James Carullo at 25 laps right now on his tires. Everybody else with about 33, 32, some with 27. When do you come to pit road?
I still believe James Carullo does everything for a reason. Okay, so I don't know. If you're some of these leaders up here, I really think you want to get in here sometime the next 2-3 laps, Chris.
Well, let's see. If you're Carullo, he's pitted now. He's lap number 26 on his tires.
Rich Jetty coming in.
Jetty on
he
pit
misses
road.
it. He misses it. He misses it.
Yakety sacks. Unfortunately for Rich Jetty.
This is exactly what I talked about before the race. You've got to be careful getting into pit road here. It's very tough.
Oh yeah, too hot. Now, what I was going to say there before this move happened, you see if Jetty comes back to pit road now, is you're at lap 27 now on these tires. If you are James Carullo, 30 laps from here is lap 73, which would put you past halfway. So Carullo might be one of those guys going for the halfway mark.
Thomas George, Bob Bryan almost get into it. Thomas George comes right up in front of Jeff Ward. Whoa! We got a huge battle right here. Jeff Ward all over Thomas George.
And Brian Mellendorf in there. We haven't said his name all night. He's going to come to pit road. Not only that, the 77 is on pit road. Jetty did make it in. Here comes Mellendorf in. Green flag pit stop starting now.
Boy, even Mellendorf looked like he had a little bit of trouble getting that car slowed down. It looked like it might have been a little sideways getting to the line.
Mellendorf, one of the better cars on a long run. His crew chief seems to always know how to set up one for longer runs. That Oreo car's in, 4 tires and fuel. I'm assuming here Jetty just leaving his pits. Wonder if he got a speeding penalty or something.
Boy, Scrupa just pulling off that pass on Thomas George.
One car missing pit road.
Jeff Ward
flips the cone and spins. Saves it though.
Great job of saving it, but again, the time lost. Okay, Yazik's made the call that him and Drew Carroll are coming in.
So the leaders are calling their pit here. Looks like most of the Loud Pedal Motorsports guys are coming.
What a great job there on the replay of Jeff Ward saving the car.
And let's see if he got a speeding penalty in the end. Carroll missed his pits.
Wow.
That's now 2 misses and 1 spin.
You know, we saw this last night at Kentucky Motor Speedway with the Lionheart IndyCar Series. I talked about it today from the woodshed. They had trouble in those machines getting on and off pit road. And they're having trouble here at Kansas tonight. I'm not surprised. They both have about the same kind of entry. It is tricky. Another car sliding through pit road. It's Dan Murray having trouble getting across the line.
Now, the only difference between Kentucky and Kansas, now, obviously the Indy car is a little bit different, but Kansas, you're faster off the corner, where Kentucky, you're coming off at about 160 or so. In a Cup car here at Kansas, you're almost 180, 185 mile an hour coming off the corner.
Yeah, and again, because of the line they're running there up around the top of the track, it's, you've got a lot to deal with. There's a lot of space to get off the speed you're carrying. It's really tough to get that car slowed down.
Right now, your leader is Bob Bryant, as Scrupa now.
Yep, Scrupa up to the lead in this race now, but just still has, he's working on lap 34 right now on that set of tires and fuel.
Yeah, you know what? I stand corrected. Yeah, Scrupa's got the fresher tires here, so he's gone by Bob Bryant for the lead here. That's a lead change. As we come up to lap number 50, so when are these guys going to pit? I remember last week at Texas, Bob Bryant pitted later. It actually hurt him in the end. Thomas George, he is still yet to pit. Tyler Dalton still yet to pit. Rahula, Ryan Johnston. Your first car on newer tires is going to be Brian Mellendorf in the 14th position right now. And now Mellendorf, battle with Yazik. Yazik driving it down to the bottom.
Yeah, it's Yazik and Mellendorf going at it. The HPP Simulations Ford is going to get across the start-finish line and hold down 14th place.
Oh, he scraped the wall.
13th. Boy, Tommy Ryan really struggling getting through the turn there. He is holding down 6th, but the car really slow. He's got to be one of those guys considering a pit stop here.
Well, you got to remember too, he's probably got damage on that car too from the earlier incident he was in. Yeah, that left front's kind of bowing up a little bit there.
Yeah,
so.
he has a little bit. Yes, he does. Rich Chetty,
so Rich Chetty back on pit road.
Pit. Yeah.
Not sure why the 77's back in. He was running well. The Steel Horse guy there, unfortunately.
See what happened there. Boy, he may have
that
gotten
seems like a black screen issue or some kind of deal.
I'm wondering if why he came back down to pit road though may have been the result of a penalty, Chris. Not sure.
Yeah, he towed back to pit road, so Scrupla in the wall hard. Off 4. Here comes Bryant.
Yeah, the car
that hurt the car.
Boy, it hurt it a little bit. Not, I think he can go overcome it, but that car just kept going up the track. It just drove right into the wall.
Here comes Rodney. He's going to get a lap back. But still, Tim Johnson on pit road now, so the 10th place car is in. These guys here look like are set to go to that halfway point. Thomas George spinning. He missed pit road. Caution is out. My, oh my, does this change things.
George just maybe struggling a little bit there, and again, maybe didn't start that turn down the track quick enough to make that entry. But you obviously see he's way too hot there and can't get the car slowed down. It comes around, and because of where it started to come around, it brings that yellow out, Chris.
Now here is a very interesting situation, and before we're going to take a break here in a second, but I got to share this. If I'm seeing this right, Tim Johnston might end up getting the lucky dog here with his pit stop. Now, I got to see if he was off pit road when the caution came out. If he did, he is going to be the lucky dog, and Yazik and everybody's going to be trapped a lap down. So we'll have to see here how this all works out. Once everybody gets grouped back together here, it's lap number 55 here. It's caution 3 on the track.
Man, that was a good run. Really, really was. I hate to see that caution flag come out, but maybe we need a breather.
Yeah, we're going to get one here in just a second. I just want to get a clarification. I want to see who goes around the pace car here to get this lucky dog. Either going to be Yazik or Tim Johnston. It is going to be Brian Yazik. So Brian Yazik will get the Coastal Safety Auditor's Lucky Dog Award. Put him out. There's Brutus, Coastal Safety Auditors, your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. So the rest of the cars on pit road, as we'll take a look at that real quick, and then we'll get our break in. Actually, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and step away now. So we'll come back and you won't miss anything because you can watch right here on Global Sim Racing Channel side by side. And just to finish up this yellows, you're back on the Global Sim Racing channel here. Brian Yazzie got the Lucky Dog Award. Brian Mellendorf, Nick Cohan, Michael Krobach, Jeff Ward, Drew Carroll, John Wilco, Dan Murray, Woodrow Mahan, Adam Littell, Devin Cannon, Gerald Livingston all took the wave around. They are all back on the lead lap. But note they are on some older tires. Some of them at least 10 to 15 laps looks like on most of these cars. But the leader, Bob Bryant, he was the first one off pit road. He is the leader. Josh Grupa, Tyler Dalton, James Krahula, Tommy Reiner, top 5 as we have 6 laps. Make that 9 laps. Who taught me how to count from pit road from the halfway point as we're back to racing. Bryant with a pretty good jump. You see him riding that low line. It's like the one lap where the low line's actually okay to run.
Yazik off to a fast start back here. Already making his way up through the field. Gets by Travis McQuiston. Now working on Calvin Filarski down below. Ricky Harden right up in front of him.
For the lead, Tyler Dalton off before Bryant has to cut him off. Krahula for third.
Boy,
In
Yazik.
there. Yazik is just digging on that bottom.
He really is, baby. Using it up. Thomas George up top. Josh Grupa. Yazik keeps digging, and I mean, he threw it into turn 3. Picked up 2 spots running through the turn. Oh, boy, almost makes contact with Thomas George right there. Let's see what kind of run he can get here off the bottom.
Yeah, he's starting to lose that momentum a little bit there. He didn't get anything that time. Matter of fact, here comes George, who was outside.
Yeah.
He sails it off this time, though.
Well, it looks like he's a lot better in 3 and 4 right now than he is in 1 and 2. But what that means is this battle's going to keep going for just a bit here.
He does have a teammate named Drew Carroll who's been doing a lot of slide jumps. You probably know he's been teaching Brian how to do it, if not vice versa. And Yazik to the bottom. Man on a mission. We got 3, almost 4 wide back towards the back there, just so off the corner. Back here with Rodden and Mellendorf and Krobach and these guys. Krobach needs to be careful. This is the usual kind of situation that has him in trouble.
Man,
I think there might have been some contact between Dan Murray and John Wilco. I was just looking at that.
I was just going to say, I love this. I really love this type of racing, Chris. I love this type of track. You can get out and run. You got a lot of room out there to get it done. But passing, such a premium. It's really hard to pull it off. You've got to be smart about it. You got to get a little bit of a run. You got to work it, you know?
I'm more with Mr. Excitement there. Drew Carroll in the 14th position there as he is trying, or make that 16th, as he is not really moved at all since the restart. But again, he's one of those cars that had the older tires too. That's probably why.
Hey, let's go to Ricky Harden and Calvin Filarski. Just, they have been side by side for about 3 laps now. You're going to see Harden here get a run off the top.
Well, this is the 10th place battle, Sean.
Yeah, it's a good one too. Travis
10th place and
McQuiston,
3 to go.
Travis McQuiston back there in a 93. You know what? That car's a little bit beat up, but he still had really good pace.
Ricky Harden loose! What a save!
Contact, that's it.
McQuiston in the wall. Rod gets it. Jeff Ward a piece and flying around goes Filarski.
Wow, look at McQuiston.
Wow, he's tumbling.
McQuiston in the air. That car taking a really bad tumble. Oh man, that machine is done for the night.
Safe to say that Microsoft has crashed in turn 1.
Yes, that's the ring of death. That Xbox machine has got the what is that, the 4 or 3 ring of death there, Chris?
The red ring of death.
Yes, the red ring of death. Right. Yes. I know how to fix that, but I don't think I could fix that race car.
I had it happen to me once, and that was the day I swapped to a PS4 and have never got rid of it. Caution number 4 on the track. That's a violent ride.
Man, it really is. And, you know, I mean, we were right on that battle And what a battle it was. And boy, a tough break there from Christian.
There's only one ride I can think of that's worse than the ride McChristian just took.
Yeah, here on board with Jeff Ward.
The only thing I can think of is the teacups at Disney. A lucky dog war. We're going to see who this is, but coming off turn 4 here. Here's an interesting thing. Brian's coming to pit road. The halfway point's right here. So Tyler Dalton is going to get, I believe, yes, he crosses the line first and got the bonus points. Tommy Ryan's going to be second. Ricky Harden third. So, wow. Tyler Dalton going to be the American Pool Supply halfway leader.
You know what?
Wonder if Brian was like, didn't even realize it.
I don't disagree with the call at all. I don't. I mean, they've only got 12 laps on those tires. A couple of them been cautioned now, Chris, and why not stay out? You're still going to need a couple of, or at least, well, you're going to need a couple more pit stops to get this race done, or at least one more for them. Why not? Why not stay out and get that bonus point?
But here's the thing, though: the pits should be still open for these guys. These should be able to come to pit road now. I would be okay with getting tires.
Yeah, but if they want to, I mean, you keep the car on the track and still maybe lose a little bit of position to those guys back behind you. But you still find yourself set up for the next stop. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like Tyler Dalton's going to come out of 4, and yes, they are going to elect to go down. So
the only reason I say yes to this, Sean, is because you're looking at 234 lap runs to get to the finish, or 233 lap runs from here.
Yeah, no, that'll definitely get it done. Yeah. Track position being so important, though. This race goes green to the end. Might be tough to make your way up all the way through the field.
Yeah, you heard Nick Cohan say, smart move, didn't even notice. Some of these guys might have actually forgotten. They were so focused on just getting to pit road and not realizing what lap it is.
You know, that's part of this new system and how things work now. You got to remember the details, man.
Always the little things that'll help you in the end. But we should mention real quickly, Matt Murphy, put him out. He is the Coastal Safety Honors Lucky Dog Award winner. Your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. There's Brutus in the 42 car. Hope Eckert's just taking care of him tonight. Hopefully he's not fed him any chocolate.
Yeah, I hope Brutus doesn't have any chocolate, but I can't help it to think that maybe somebody will drop a chocolate bunny on him by Sunday at some point.
Oh, that's no bueno. Never feed your dogs chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. Donnie Moore will be all over you like... Just saying, Sean. Be careful with that, buddy. So here's what we got now. Looks like John Wilco and Rich Jetty going to get wave rounds here. And now we're going to have Bob Bryant, the leader. James Krahula, second. Brian Yazik will be third. Thomas George, Josh Skrupa going to be the top 5. Now those cars who pitted after the halfway point, the first one off pit road, Tyler Dalton, will be 15th. So we're going to see where those 10 points benefit maybe here.
I got to tell you, I'm pretty happy with what Thomas George is doing right now. Yeah, he had a little trouble there early, a little wall contact, but he's been hanging out right there all night.
Well, at first I thought he was going to continue with your picks traditions and lost it there off pit road, and I'm like, oh, here we go, another. I was about ready to start calling you, Lily, start calling you Paul Bunyan with your axe there, buddy. But let's see if he'll make up for it here.
Still a lot of good race cars left here. Here we go.
Yeah, Bryant and Krahula going to bring off turn 4. Lap number 70. We will have 64 to go. So we'll see. Looks like maybe 230 to 32 lap strategies to get him here to the green. One more pit stop will get him there. Everybody scatters like they're on the 405 at LA. Or I guess I-70 in Kansas, we want to do that too if you want. But look at Cohan up the middle.
Cohan trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to pull it off here down the back stretch. How about the job there by Josh King? Having to do all the work down there on the bottom and keep that car from running up the track. He manages to do it, but Cohan gets that from everybody.
Yazik trying to work that bottom. He's trying to get Thomas George. He's trying to get Krahula right up here for second. Oh, that AMSOIL car had to slide up. Up trouble.
Jeff Ward with big trouble on the backstretch here. I think it might have started coming off of turn 4, and it did. He makes a little bit of contact with the wall off the 4, and it shoots the car across the track. A bit of a tank slapper. Comes down across the track in front of traffic. Endos it into the inside retaining wall, and, well, that's it. He had to take the tow, and I'm thinking that might have popped the motor, and it does look like Jeff Ward has taken his car behind the wall, Chris.
Yeah, in iRacing, when they say they hit everything, he hit the outside wall, the inside wall, and all that 4.
Just short of hitting the pace car, baby.
You want me to what? So let's see how this puts a twist on the strategy. Leaders, some coming to pit road. Livingston, Tommy Ryan, Ricky Harden, Adam Littell. About 6 or 7 cars coming in. This is about 13th on back.
We just got started. I want to keep my position right now. Let me stay out of trouble.
Well, the one thing we learned last week at Texas, and I learned actually in the NIS Texas races, a couple laps on green just like this and a caution actually does something for your tires. You go get new tires, these guys are going to be a little quick. How quick? Well, that's the $1 million question.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be significant enough, Chris. I just don't know that the conditions here tonight. Let's just say they're at that very small window of, let's say, 3 to 5 laps, where once you've gotten 3 to 5 hard laps on fresh tires in, you start to see a little bit of fall off. I think they're going to be okay.
So the question here is, when do you hit the point of no return? Now, normally that's with 5 laps to go or less, but since we're in Kansas tonight, we got to put a little bit into it here.
I do see what you did there, though. I like that.
Thank you. And Lucky Dog Award going to be Justin Rodden, the Coastal Safety Honors Lucky Dog Award. Put him out. Your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. Coastal Safety Honors. And the Lucky Dog, Justin Rodden, in the 21st position there, the Carolina driver.
Yeah, congratulations to him for getting that. Those are not gimmies. Those are you got to work for those, Chris.
Yes, you do, and especially when you have a situation where people got caught on pit road. You got all these guys pretty much back on the same cycle now of stops. You got the first car off pit road will be Mellendorf in the 14th position. They'll have Tyler Dalton back there with him and Tommy Ryan. We'll have to keep track of where these guys get back. And looking at the tracker here, we're at 58 laps to go, and you know what, Sean, don't play out the fuel from here. That could be something going on here too.
Yeah, it could be. I think there's probably 3 or 4 strategies at play right now. Yeah, I don't think you can make it on 58 laps of fuel, Chris.
Only one way to find out. We'll see. And we're going to take the 5th strategy, actually put that in, and that's sit back and eat popcorn for the next 57 laps. So we're going to enjoy that as we get ready to go racing here. As a 2x2, Bob Bryant, James Krahula, Brian Yazik, Thomas George, Josh Skrupa. Now, obviously, these guys, all the way down to Michael Krobach, are going to have to pit one more time. It's those guys at Mellendorf, Tyler Dalton, Gerald Livingston. Can they save enough fuel? I don't think so either. I'm with you, Sean. But anything's possible.
Anything is possible in the Premier Racing League. From week to week, we see it. And you know what? This is a great group of drivers here in the top, let's face it, the top 20. Any one of these guys could take this race this evening.
Just remember, if anything is possible, Grizzly Adams did have a beard. Pace car hangs a left, Brian on it. Rahula, Yazik, Thomas George, all these guys splitting around. Skrupa and George getting close, and Skrupa had to get out of it. Going to lose at least 2 spots. So we got the green there, 58 to go. So these guys are going to have to go 59 or 60 laps now as I'm looking here.
Man, they're digging back here. I was just watching some of these battles throughout the, just throughout the field. And there's Adam Blattel making a big move on Ricky Harden down to the inside.
Tell me where you... I'm sorry, Sean. I was like, tell me where you heard this. Drew Carroll with another slider on Josh King. And Krobach's going to get 2 spots off 4 because King had to check up. Kind of like teamwork right there. The 2 loud pedal cars. Carroll's like, I'll do the slider. You take the 2.
Definitely some teamwork going on there.
Here comes your first car on 4 tires. Tyler Dalton inside of Josh King. He's going to go by him and Yoakum on the inside. Dalton, that Hamlin car has showed his muscle here the last few weeks.
Wow, yeah, this is just madness out here right now. Yeah, Dalton just been hanging around all night, hasn't he, Chris?
Hey, he's been so fast, I've called him another name tonight.
I don't know if we're going to get another chance to see the pace car this evening. I have confirmed that native Kansas...
Oh, 1 car in the wall! The 12 Woodrow Mahan is spinning!
Oh, no. Oh, boy. And
Devin Cannon got him hard, too, and he is smoking it up.
Yeah, boy. Our director steps in and says, you were saying?
I learned from Daytona, never mention the caution or a pace car.
Or the jet dryer?
That too. Now, we are in Kansas City, and we know Kansas City, and I can prove this honestly from a couple trips to the Kansas City football games at Arrowhead. Kansas City and barbecue, my friend Devin Cannon's got it going.
Yes. I'm going to get some of that good old-fashioned Kansas City barbecue on the grill now in that stall because, yeah, she's a smoking.
Now, by the way, the virtual rain you're seeing on the track is actually tears from Amjad watching that Torino smash the wall.
Now, I was about to say, when that all broke loose, as everybody comes down to the pit lane.
Anyone going to stay out here? Let's see.
I don't know.
I thought some of these guys who maybe just stepped. 1 car there. Dan Murray, Tim Johnson staying out.
Now the pace car finally going to get a little bit of company as he approaches turn 1 with everybody else on pit road.
Now, I should mention the reason why Tim Johnson's going to stay out will be here in a second, because I just realized something with Tim Johnson. Race off pit road, everybody with 4 so far.
It is busy.
Oh, I think Brian got it. Krahula went wide, and I think it hurt him.
Bob Bryant gets out ahead of him.
Now, why did... As I look for him now all of a sudden here. Why did Johnston stay out? Because he's the Lucky Dog Award winner. Yeah, Tim Johnston put him out. The Coastal Safety Honors Lucky Dog Award, your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. Tim Johnston going to get the Lucky Dog. That'll put him up to 21st. Last car on the lead lap. And we are going to step away as we got about 51 laps to go this time by. The race to the finish is on in the Kansas 200 as you're watching the Global Sim Racing Channel. The Bald and the Beard with you back at the Kansas Speedway. Strategy starting to play a role here as we have 50 laps to go. Dan Murray, former Daytona 300 winner, he did not pit. He is the only car not to pit. And will be the leader on this restart. And the tires are right there behind him. Bob Bryant, James Krahula, Brian Yazik, Thomas George, your top five. Let's see if Murray can get on him. His tires are about 8 laps newer, or older, I should say, than the others. Cohen jumps the outside on Yazik.
Yes, he does, and leaves Yazik in the middle. Yazik's the meat, heading into one.
I think they're a little steel horse teamwork there, because you think Murray probably got on the mic to Cohen and said, I'm going now. It didn't work.
Oh, look how close Krahula is to Yazik coming off the turn and down the backstretch.
Ryan for the lead. Murray gonna fight him. Now Bryant fell back 2 spots. Here comes Yazik now. Pick your partner.
Yazik right up alongside Dan Murray heading into 3. Can he take this position away?
If anybody on the bottom, it's him. But not here. And here comes that outside train. 3 wide.
Cohen drops it all the way to the
Steel
apron.
Force Savage.
Yeah, Cohen crosses them over there in the front stretch. Here comes Yazik.
Little bump draft. Oh, and Murray's around. Into George.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming back down. Livingston gets a piece.
Boy, Chris, I gotta tell you, if you look at the replay there, I don't know if Dan got any help there. I think that car might have. I think that car started to come around just. Boy, that's awful close.
You got to remember here, Kansas, the variable banking. You have the same issue at Iowa too. Sometimes you come off that corner and you hit that transition in banking, that'll snap that car around. Right, that line is the banking transition. He got loose.
He really did, and Bob Bryant right there. Bob just slips by, but Thomas George gets collected. And,
where's that axe?
Wow. On board with George here, you'll see where they'll get clipped in the right side, but it shoot them all the way down to the grass. This
Something
is
tells me
ride.
Steel Horse Racing's chat right now on TeamSpeak is not going to be good. Dan Murray into Thomas George.
Well, everybody who's anybody is down the pit lane.
All the leaders coming back in to get tires, and Rich Jetty, we can put him out again. You're going to be your Coastal Safety Auditors Lucky Dog Award winner, your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. Rich Jetty, your Lucky Dog Award winner. There's Brutus. Brutus running in the top 10 right now.
Tim Johnston, as far as I can see, the only driver who didn't come in there. But maybe coming in here.
Hey, you're right now in that 54. Let's see what he does. Actually, Tim Johnston, just looking for him on the board here. He was 8th last time across, and he's only got 6-lap older tires, and he's going to go ahead and pit here. I think he saw what happened with Murray, and he's like, let me out of chances. So we're coming up. We're at 44 laps to go, Sean. Remember earlier we talked about 15 to go. So the strategies are really going to start to kick in now. So as we get to 15 to go, you're looking right now, everybody's on 4 tires here. I would think if you get another caution, you probably have one more 4-tire stop in the next 10 laps if you have it. After that, I think is when the 2 tires come in.
I'm right there with you. I think exactly the same thing, Chris. That's exact. I was sitting here making some notes, and I think that's the way this is going to go. You know what? We're lined up side by side. The lights are out. We're ready to go. But could you possibly? No, I'm sorry. The lights are still on. So another caution flag here, Chris. You might be able to make it to the end.
Well, you're going to make it to the end no matter what here, but
if we no, I'm just saying if we stay green, okay, I think you're okay on fuel.
Oh, you're way more than okay because you're looking at 42 laps. You can go almost 50 to 55 at least. So the fuel, I think, is out the window literally. It just comes down now to how your tires are and how well you want it. Because if you get a 20-lap run here, you're going to get a caution, hypothetically speaking, here at lap 112. That's 20 laps, so you're leaving yourself 22 laps to go. Do you do 2 tires at that point? I don't think you can.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can either. I think you're going to need all 4 of them to get it done. But you wind up, yeah, you know, but if we get 10 to go, then we start thinking about maybe 2, maybe none at all.
So Nick Cohan, who's battled back, won the pole tonight, looking to win his 2nd straight race. We talked to him before the race, and we made the quote to him, the first one is always the hardest one to get. Ask Kyle Larson. It took him all those tries to get the first one, and look how quick he got the second one. Bob Bryant up there on the outside. Josh Krupa there on the inside. James Krahula. Tyler Dalton, who's had a great run. Look at 6th. Josh King. Where'd he come from?
Just been back there taking care of the car, trying to survive this thing.
Something tells me I thought you were going to say Florida there. Anyways, pace car is in. Cohan back on it. Running that bottom like it's an Indy car or something there. I should say, for good news for Sean Ambrose's pick, Thomas George, he's still on the lead lap back at 21st right now and is in this pack. Brian for the lead. Slider. Crossover. What about dirt? Oh, contact. Hip check. Wow. Here comes Scroop on the outside.
Living on. Oh, and more trouble.
Ricky Harden back there.
He's still spinning. Ricky's still spinning. That's going to be a caution.
Oh, and he
flag.
gets hit hard.
Geez.
Thomas George in it, the 62 Wilco.
Yeah.
Yoakum.
Yeah, Randy
Rich Jetty.
Yoakum gets caught up in that. Man. Poor Thomas George gets caught up in that again. Or gets caught up, period.
And somehow, Krolbach missed it. This might be a sign of things. That could be a sign of things.
That tore up some race cars, though, that were really hanging in there, that, suffered some trouble early, but have been really digging to stay in this thing, and it's a shame to see them get caught up in this late caution.
Now, one car that was involved, unfortunately, is on pit road, is the 62 of John Wilco. And as you know, 62 car is the goofy car. So once again, I have to do it. Unfortunately, Wilco's off the track. And here come the leaders. Or some of them. I'm sorry, I think that's a tradition now. Anytime he has issues in the goofy car, I got to do it. These guys, you know what? I was just seeing this. I think all these cars were actually in a wreck, so they're probably getting damage fixed. So the leaders are staying out here.
Yeah, it looks like looking at the top 10 have all stayed on the track right now, Chris.
Now, I did hear a little bit of audio from Brian Yazik saying something to Krahula that he wasn't happy with a move he pulled. Now, I didn't see exactly what all took place, and even Krahula was like, "What'd I do?" But we'll have to keep an eye on those two. But you see them right there in 5th and 6th.
Could have a rivalry developing right under our noses this evening.
Should say with the caution, we did have a Lucky Dog Award, and of course I did not keep track of it. Shame on me.
I've got Rich Jetty. Yeah.
Let's see if it is Rich Jetty. If so, we'll put him out again. Rich Jetty gets the Coastal Safety Auditor's Lucky Dog Award, and that is proven. Yes, he did get the Lucky Dog Award. So Coastal Safety Auditor is your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. So Rich Jetty getting his 2nd consecutive Lucky Dog Award. Brian Meldorf going to get an EOL. He took the claim on that penalty. And for those who watching Premier Racing League for the first time, when we talk about a claim, basically each wreck, basically they put it in your hands. The admins do. They say, all right, you can claim yourself for this wreck, and when you do, you get an EOL penalty, and they get some kind of point system that they put together. Well, basically what happened there is Brian Mellendorf said, hey, I'll take the claim, it's my fault. And basically they have penalties in play if you don't claim it after the race and they say it was your fault. You get almost like a double the penalty. So basically Mellendorf will get an EOL penalty here, and that's where you see him shotgun on the field now in 19th position.
Yep, and that's going to be a tough place to come back from with just about, I don't know, we'll get restarted with, 35 laps, Chris? And that is a long way to get through this field, but man, anything can happen still. Whereas it's 35 laps, this rash of cautions that we've had, certainly means that it could happen again. Cautions breed cautions, right, brother?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I try not to believe it sometimes, but unfortunately, it's true.
I believe that. I believe they call that denial, and that's not the river in Egypt.
So pace car gonna pull off this time by. You have Cohan, you have Skrupa, you have Bob Bryant, you have Tyler Dalton, who's back up to 4th. You know, in my video I did post accidentally on my page instead of on the Premier Racing League page, I found out just like an hour ago. I mentioned Tyler Dalton as a sleeper tonight.
Yeah, you did. And I said it before, he's been in this mix all night.
Yeah, these mile and a half tracks, he has run well. I remember him getting some top 10s, I believe it was in Vegas, and of course at last week in Texas. We'll get the green here, as you mentioned, about 36 to go actually when we get this flag. Pace car pulls off. Here we go. Contact! Oh, they checked up!
Oh, man. Big trouble.
Justin Rodden, I saw, went dead right into the wall. Mellendorf's going through the grass. Dan Murray, Thomas George is going through the grass. And Adam Littell's got no nose. Now here's an interesting situation here. Now I don't know if iRacing has fixed this yet, but usually if you get the green flag and the caution comes before you pass the line, usually it's almost like you get put a lap down from the pace car. That's where everybody's slowing down because the pace car is going to come back around now. But look at this on board with Dan. Oh,
yeah,
more steel horse contact.
And that car is obviously it's missing its hood and smoking really, really bad. And I'm afraid that's going to be an ender.
Well, what do we call a noseless car, Mr. Short Track Man?
We call that an SK or a Tour Modified, sir. Or Saturday Night Special. Take your choice.
I believe somebody invited me to a short track page this week on Facebook, and I saw they were racing at Thompson.
They did just last weekend. Had the annual icebreaker at Thompson.
Does that make sense? Let's have an icebreaker race in the middle of spring.
Buddy, it's still a little breezy, a little chilly up here in the Northeast. You know that.
What do you call chili?
Well, the truth is the Thompson race was supposed to be the week before, and it had been postponed due to rain, so it was technically still in March, and so, you know. But the Thompson Icebreaker, certainly legendary on the Wheel and Modified Tour. Thompson been up there forever.
And Rich Jetty going to get the Coastal Safety Honors Lucky Dog Award for a third straight time. Coastal Safety Honors, your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. It's safe to say with the umbrella sponsor. It's raining lucky dogs for him.
Oh.
And I think what we're going to do is we're going to step away for a quick second here. We got 34 laps to go. We got strategies playing out. We got cautions. And, well, we'll see how the finish is going to happen here on the Global Sim Racing channel. 32 laps to go here at the Kansas Speedway as the pace car lights are off as we wrap up the 9th caution of the night, as we are definitely getting down to the heavy stuff, as we like to call it here, the racing that gets you to the finish. We've had some cautions here, and Nick Cohan and Josh Skrupa, they are the leaders. Again, that restart there just didn't happen when it was all over with, and James Grula actually took the blame for having, he said, a bad restart. I checked everybody up, but just look at some of these cars. I want to look back here in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th positions here. You got Brian Yazik, you have Drew Carroll, you have Josh King. Look at 8th. Michael Krobach is there at 8th. And in 9th place, Tommy Ryan, the guy that was damaged in the first caution, or actually the first incident tonight. They didn't even have a caution with it. And he has hung in and got himself a 9th place restart position here with 31 to go as we take the green flag. Sean, it might be time to boogie.
Yeah, it might be. You better get busy if you're back there in the pack. Here we go, Chris.
All right, pace car in. Cohan going to bring him down. Smooth restart this time. Skrupa gets down in the bottom, that Patriot Fire car. Here comes Tyler Dalton. Here comes Drew Carroll, that high line. Bob Bryant having some blinking issues there, and almost makes contact with Yazik. Cohan throws the block. Cars scattering everywhere, 3 wide.
Boy, really?
Bryant gets out of it. There's some netcode contact with Drew Carroll.
Bryant's really having trouble, but we're 3 wide just
and
up
a 3 wide for the lead now.
You know, the problem with Bob having connection issues right there is that he's so darn fast, you never know where he's going to pop back up. I'm sure for him, he's just driving his line, and boy, that's really tough. Now, so far, so good. It seems to have settled down.
Yeah, I heard him say something over the mic about downloading something, so I don't know if he had some kind of program he was uploading or whatever to his computer, but we'll leave that there.
He sure gave Josh Skrupa a nice
look at Yazik
nice
driving to the
there.
bottom. 3 wide for the lead again.
Boy, it's making me really nervous, Chris.
Oh, this is fun. Somehow Cohan is still the leader. Look at Krobach drive to the bottom.
Everybody taking their turn down there around the bottom of this track. Oh, Bob Bryant making a move to the inside.
Ryan got some pretty good rear end down. Caution is out. That could be big.
Oh, James Grahula and Matt Murphy on the back stretch. Yep.
And I think Cohan is going to be the leader still. Now, do you come get tires here? You only have 16 cars on the lead lap now, and I'll let you guess who the Lucky Dog Award probably is going to go to. I could be wrong.
You could be, but I think you're going down the right road there.
Grahula turned the 42 down the straightaway there, and Grahula didn't apologize.
It was just they just didn't line up correctly there, I guess, and that unfortunately got Matt around. But here we go, another caution flag. And,
everybody's coming.
Let's watch them. Let's see what they do.
Now, who goes 2 tires here is the next question.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be watching, Chris.
Looks like everybody on the lead lap is on pit road here. Lucky Dog, it's going to be Adam Littell, actually, so we'll get that here in a second. So the Rich Jetty streak ends at 3.
All right, I'm watching Cohan and Yazik. They both go up the right sides.
Tyler Dalton.
Dalton's going to only
There's
take
your
2
tires right there. Tyler Dalton, looks like Livingston went 2, but he's not going to get the track position, though.
Bob Bryant barely beats Nick Cohan off of pit road. That was a great little battle between those two getting back to the track.
All right, Adam Blittel, the Amsoil Steel Horse Racing Toyota, going to be the Coastal Safety Honors Lucky Dog Award, your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. So Adam Blittel getting the Lucky Dog Award.
Hashtag that car is torn up. And you see what I did there, Chris?
I did. Okay. Hashtag
Right.
I see. In case people don't know the story, Adam Blittel is a thing when it comes to the Premier Racing League's Facebook. For some reason, I don't remember how it all got started, but I remember one day I saw somebody post about 15 hashtag Adam Blittels, and it just went from there.
Well, he is trending. So, we always got to throw a little love Adam's way. Want to keep that hashtag trending there in social media.
So Tyler Dalton going to be the leader here. 25 laps to go. We should get the green somewhere about 23 to 22 to go. Appreciate all the guys joining us on chat tonight. If you've been talking to us on YouTube and on the Global Sim Racing channel and also iRacing Live, if you've been watching us tonight, appreciate it. Next week we are going road racing up in Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin. The 4-mile road course. Always thought it'd be interesting to have a cup race there.
Have a little fun down in Canada Corner.
I do like hanging out there.
Yeah, it's a great spot to watch the race from. Canada Corner, always a lot of action. I can't wait to see the Cup cars. I mean, because you are flat out heading down into that turn, Chris, and it's going to be interesting to see how far they have to start getting on the brakes from that turn to actually get slowed down and manage through there.
And not to mention going down to turn 5 too, because you're going through that turn 1 and turn 2 section, then you're all the way down to turn 5. You're on a long straightaway. That should be pretty interesting trying to hang a left there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Can't wait to get there.
Make sure you bring your turn signal there for that corner.
Bring plenty of sunscreen too. Boy, we don't.
I'm just going to put this out there. I know this is a family-friendly show, so I'm just going to leave it here with this. We're going to Milwaukee. There's only one reason I'm going up in that area. Outside the racing. Baseball. What are you laughing at, Sean?
Well, hey, listen. I made the reference to, the sunscreen, suntan oil, in reference to our own James Corolla there. So. Oh
wow. Let me get Bob Euchre to make a stop out there or something. That'd be sweet. Bob Euchre, the former or famous Milwaukee Brewers broadcaster. You might know him more as Harry Doyle from Major League. Anyways, pace car going to hang a left as we go back to racing with 23 laps to go. Make it 23 to go. Tyler Dalton, 2 tires in her, 4 wide. Oh, geez. Yazik thinks better. He's like, let's get out of the gas.
Yeah, he did think better of that. Now he's got a good little battle here on the restart going with Scrupa.
Gerald Livingston getting sent packing back there. But Dalton able to hold it for now. Yazik trying that bottom on Scrupa, not able to complete the pass.
No, not at all. Boy, he almost lost a little bit of ground and kind of falls into the hands of Drew Carroll right there.
Cohan feels like it's his race in the 21, and he has got some moving to do. Bob Bryant wants to get his 3rd win.
Man, Ty Dalton having quite a run. You know what? I know for a fact he's not feeling too hot this evening either. Adrenaline pumping and feeling under the weather. That's got to be a pretty crazy scene right now.
Hey, some of your best sports are done when the weather, or when you are not feeling right. You go back to Michael Jordan in '98 Game 5. It just, that kind of thing happens. And Bob Bryant drives it to the bottom. Going to try to slide her here. Not going to get it. However, he gets him off 4, though. And here comes Cohan with the momentum. He might try a slider here.
Lots of them to choose from. Oh, man, look at that battle off the turn.
Cohan going to fill back in line there. Look at that, 6 cars under a blanket.
Line astern, as my friend Jake Sperry would say, and they are all running after our leader Bob Bryant right now with just now 19 laps to go, Chris.
Now you're really holding on for your life. You're trying to keep it out of the wall and at the same time racing for the win. Brian with that little bit of damage on the left rear. Not sure of how much that's affecting his car, if any. But Cohan is all over him.
Don't mess with the Cohan.
That's what they say.
They're saying it now, baby. Boy, Yazik just doesn't seem to be able to make up any ground back here. Maybe he's saving it here for the last 10 laps.
You know, usually once a week I'm able to find something that would sound like something that Soup would say. And the only thing I can say right now is Nick Cohan is all over Bob Bryant like love bugs in Florida in the month of June. As Cohan tries it. And here comes Skrupa for third.
Yeah, Bob just gets a better runoff from the top of the turn.
Oh, and Dalton checks
Dalton's
up and
around.
Yazik gets him.
He's still spinning, and he's around.
Knocks it down. Caution is out.
Wow. You know, Yazik just got a run on him. Got a run on him and closed probably a little bit quicker than he expected. Just a love tap there, but it's enough
Dalton
to
got
get
out of
the
it
car
early. That's what happened there.
Yeah, I think so, and it was just enough to get the car into a spin.
All right. Let's look at the laps to go here, Sean.
Yeah.
What are you doing now with 15 laps to go? We asked this early.
I don't know, man. You know, the caution, let's just say yellow's been the favorite color here for the second half of this race. Well, you know what? They're all coming in.
They're all coming?
Yeah.
Everybody's staying out. Or pitting, I should say.
Yeah. The cars left on track are all several laps down, so.
Looks like Adam Blittel going to be the Lucky Dog Award again. See if anybody tries some strategy here. Josh Skrupa, I think fuel only. Krolbach. I think you're seeing some fuel only, maybe 2 tires here from people. Wow. They got out pretty quick.
Yeah, I think our top 9 cars took 2. I saw Cohan literally take 4 tires, so everybody up in front of him, though.
Well, remember Nick Cohan said in the chat early in the race, when we talked to him before the race, he said, I knew what I would do at this point. He went 4 tires. He must know something. So we'll have to see how that works out. But real quickly, we do got to take care of the bill paying here, Rob. Adam Blittel, hashtag Lucky Dog Award winner again. Coastal Safety Auditors Lucky Dog Award. Your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. Coastal Safety Auditors. And Adam Blittel getting the Lucky Dog.
Can I go on the wild side here and say, I don't think it's going to work. I think 4 tires going to be your way to go.
Oh. Are you going all Dale? Yeah, I'm taking 4 tires and I ain't leaving until you give me them.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go against what looks to be the conventional thinking right now and say no. I think you needed 4 tires, and I think it's up to Nick Cohan to prove all of them wrong here. Now, you know, Dalton took 4 too. Of course, Dalton involved in that
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he did not pick up a significant amount of damage on the car, and I expect him to be fast again. You know, It's like I said a few minutes ago, he's been riding up in this pack all night, and I expect him to see him here at the end.
Now, what those guys back in 10th, 11th, 12th, what they don't want to see is a yellow hanky really quick. Because that's just going to kill the momentum, and not to mention, you get a heat cycle on those tires, forget it.
Well, and it's also their window of opportunity to do something shrinks tremendously. I mean, you're going to need every one of these laps to move up through the field at this point. You know what I mean? Once we get back to green. I think this next green flag is the point of no return.
Ah. So we will have 12 laps to go when we get to green. And we'll see if Bob Bryant can be the first 3-time winner in the season, or we'll see if somebody has some miracles out of nowhere when it's all over with tonight.
Tell you what, Kansas has been a tough track on the drivers of the PRL this evening. A lot of attrition out there, Chris.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting as Bob Bryant is taking the outside line. I find that to be interesting. I haven't seen anybody take the outside line all night, I believe. He's got Drew Carroll there behind him. And then Josh Skrupa, the truck winner, American Pool Supply Truck Award winner Sunday night. He's going to have Brian Yazik and Michael Krobach, who is looking for his best finish of the season, tonight in the 7. He is in the 5th position. I think he just wants to finish.
He just wants to hold serve, hang out right there, and get a great finish, guarantee himself a good night.
Brian spins the tires a little bit, though. You saw him get wobbly. Skrupa's still there on the bottom. Keep an eye on Cohan. He is already up to the 9th position. Looking underneath Mellendorf. Looking underneath Josh King back there.
Cohan,
look at him make the moves.
Cohan back here picking up positions already. Now working on Tommy Ryan. He's already up 2 spots as the restart. Give him the spot up to 6th.
Cohen got a little tight there and had to get out of it. That's why he lost some momentum to Krobach here, but he's going to have that high line to run here. Look at him gain up onto 7. You're riding with Cohan off 4. Still plenty of time to go. Ten laps in Cohan, P5 if he can clear Krobach.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Boy, Krobach got a really good run down the backstretch there, making it tough for Nick Cohan. He's going to look to the inside. Krobach's got to hang on up there.
I think Krobach's going to give it to him here in 1 because I just heard him cue the mic. Battle for 2nd. Brian Yazik looking for his first career win in the Cup Series. Meanwhile, I think Cohan had some warping issues here. All of a sudden, it looks like his car's modified on the screen. It's really not. At least on mine it is. I'm trying to see. Yeah, Cohan's got the modified going here, but it's just from blinking. He's not really damaged.
Yeah, no, don't let that fool you. He is still at speed, still trying to get to Drew Carroll. He's running out of time here. Just now 8 laps to go.
Cohan did have the fastest lap that time by. He was about a 10th faster than Bryant. That's not going to be enough. But he was passing Krobach too, so we got to give him that.
Man, Krahula still hanging in back here in the top 10. Tyler Dalton trying to get to him here.
That time by Cohan 3/10 faster than the leader. You were saying, Sean?
No, I'm just talking about the battle back here. Krahula still hanging on to 9th place. But he is being chased by Tyler Dalton, trying to recover.
6 laps to go, coming to 5 to go this time by. Cohan has got to make a move or he's going to run out of time.
Oh, so close to the wall every time.
As we hit 5 to go, we do got to quote the song. We've been saying it all night. Kansas, the point of no return. We're here.
Yes, we are. Wish we could use their music. I wish we had a license to do it, but we don't. So that's fine. Boy, the top 5 belongs to anybody right now, Chris.
Yeah, anybody can win this right now. Scroop was trying to get the run. You wonder if Abrams is saving her tires. Here comes Cohan looking to the bottom on Carroll. Carroll throwing the block. I don't think he's got the momentum here. As Scroopa scrubs the wall a little bit there in the 1.
That's all right. They were just trying to make the car look mean, Chris.
Cohan's got the run.
Car's starting to drift up.
Leaning on him.
I'm convinced Nick Cohan was. Oh, we got a car in the grass back here, Chris.
I'm trying to say, is that Corula? Yeah, Corula taking a shortcut through the grass. As we keep going, Mellendorf got by Krobach for 6, I should say. So Mellendorf moving with these tires. Two to go, 3 miles.
Man, can Bob hold these guys off? Scroopa just right there. Yazik right there. Drew Carroll starting to drop off just a bit. I'm afraid Nick Cohan's lost this pack.
Scroopa is getting closer. Now you wonder if Scroopa's going to pull a Carl Edwards and go wide open 3 and 4 next time by.
I'll tell you
They're
what,
coming to the white flag.
watch out for Yazik, because Yazik there to clean up if there's any trouble in front of him. You know what? Yazik might be able to get a great run.
Ryan drives it deep into 1. Let's see if they can get the run off 2 here. Yazik gets a pretty good run. Scroopa's edging closer, but not close enough. Yazik drives it to the bottom.
Brian Yazik hanging on to that HPP Simulations Ford. Gonna have to give it to Scroopa across the line.
Yeah, and Bryant, win number 3 on the season at Kansas. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was. What a scramble back there. Drew Carroll, what a battle across the line for him. Nick Cohan just ran out of steam there at the end, Chris.
And we should mention Michael Krobach finishes 7th. He finally broke the slump.
What a run. Yeah, what a run, man.
Wow. Well, we'll go to break. We'll talk to the top 3 finishers. Fireworks going off over in 3 and 4 right now. As we'll talk to the winner, Bob Bryant, 3rd win of the season. You'll hear from him next on the Global Sim Racing Channel. Back at the Kansas Speedway, the Bald and the Beard with you as we wrap up race number 8 of the Patriot Fire Cup Series, and a fantastic finish, to say the least, coming to the line on a 12-lap restart. Bob Bryant, two-tire strategy, holds on, and he scores his 3rd win of his career, 3rd win of the season, as he holds off Josh Scrupa, who finishes 2nd. Brian Yazik, his best season finish. He'll be excited to get back into booth, actually, for once with us. He finished 3rd. Drew Carroll, Nick Cohan, the 4 tires, followed up short there in the 5th position. Brian Mellendorf. Michael Krobach, I'm pretty sure he's celebrating like he's in victory lane right now, finishing 7th. Tim Johnston, 8th. Josh King, Gerald Livingston, your top 10.
All right, and then we're going to go to 11th. James Krahula, tough break for him. Had kind of a tough night, actually. Matt Murphy going to finish 12th. Thomas George, sorry, buddy, 13th. 14th, going to go to Tommy Ryan. Tyler Dalton, another driver, I'm sorry, too. 15th for Tyler. What a great run by him tonight, and had to settle for 15th. Justin Rodden, 16th. Adam Blattell, he'll manage a 17th place finish. It's 8 spots better than he started. 18th, going to go to Ricky Harden. Rich Jetty, 19th. And Randy Yoakum going to round out the top 20.
And the other 9 drivers here, all these guys finishing behind the wall. Dan Murray, Calvin Filarski, John Wilco, Woodrow Mahan, Devin Cannon, Jeff Ward, Travis McQuiston, Norman Peltier, and Paul Pepper finishing in the 29th position. And for those out there watching us on the stream right now, if anybody can think of some kind of axe to create, we would like to get that shipped to Sean for his next Facebook video. I think that's perfect right now. Now, normally we would talk to the winner in victory lane first, but I'm going to throw a little audible in here real quick, and I'm going to give him one quick question. And that's Michael Krobach. He's hanging out here. You wanted to add some talk. So let's celebrate with Krobach for a second. And the man deserves it. If I can get him in our channel. Thank you. Mr. Krobach, you got 2 minutes. Scream if you want.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to finally get a top 10 finish here for our number 7 HPP simulation clip in that Apex Chevy. It's been a hard year. I guess maybe that week off last week did me some good to reset and just, get focused again. And we had a pretty good night.
It's all in the tanning salon, wasn't it? I guess not. Anyways, yeah. Nice job.
Crickets.
Get nothing for that
Crickets.
one. Crickets. Krobach, though, nice job, buddy. 7th place. We're proud of you, and go get that momentum into next week.
Thanks, Chris.
Michael Krobach. All right, now let's go talk to Bob Bryant. Let's go to victory lane here. Yeah, you guys are a lot better at this than I am. Bob Bryant, 3rd win of the season, my friend. You get that 53 to victory lane tonight, but it wasn't without a fight.
Man, that was tough. I don't think I made a pass on the racetrack all night. You just had to play the pit strategy game and track position, and me and Cohan had a hell of a race. I don't know what I was missing that those guys had. Yazik had it working on the bottom, and Cohan made a ridiculous 3-wide move slide job like Kyle Larson about 30 laps to go, and I don't know. I couldn't do anything on the bottom, but we were up front when it counted, and teammate worked with me, and some white knuckle racing there the last 10 laps and held them off.
Did 4 tires ever cross your mind on that final stop?
Nah, not a chance. He couldn't pass at all. We were testing in the practice session. I mean, it's a good half second a lap slower if you run the bottom lane, or at least, like I said, it was for me. I tried slide jobbing a couple of times, and I could never make it stick. The guy would always just over under me and get past. So, yeah, for me it was a no-brainer. 2 tires, and it worked out.
Well, the momentum carries on. Unfortunately, Eckrich wasn't here tonight, so you're going to probably get the point lead, depending on that drop and how that all works out. But you get the lead, and now you get to go back to a road course.
Well, actually, I get to go to the Bahamas. I won't be here next week.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Well, that changes things.
It does. So maybe Scott will come back. That'd be nice.
Well, you got room for 2?
It might get a little awkward with my girlfriend, man.
That's true. I just ask one favor: do not come home with a Krahula.
I'll do.
Boy,
my
no
best.
kidding.
Bob, nice job, and send a shout out whoever you want to.
Yeah, shout out to Beyonce. She's a really good singer.
10-4. I think we'll second that. Nice job, Bob.
Take care, guys.
Oh, Bob Bryan, who apparently likes Beyonce, in victory lane tonight for the third time.
And I wonder if his girlfriend is aware of his affection for Beyonce. Just saying.
I'm sure she's okay with it. But Sean, I think you got Scrupa.
I do have Josh Scrupa. Hey, another great run for Josh Scrupa. Josh, it was pretty sketchy out there tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's putting it lightly, man. That's just the track. The way you have to run the high line just kind of lends itself to some aggressive moves in order to make up ground. But man, I'm glad we're done with the 1.5 miles at least for a week or two. I'll tell you that much.
Well, okay, so we are done with the 1.5 miles here for a week or two. You know what? You had a great race tonight. It's going to be a great points haul. How are you set up for Road America? Let's get right there. Let's talk about it.
Haven't run there yet in the Cup car, but I am ecstatic whenever we go to road courses. I love them, especially in these stock cars. You kind of gotta lug it around. It's not just point and squirt like it is in a GT3 car. I'm real excited. We're there in the V8 cars, the Grand National and in Cup. So hopefully we can come away with 3 wins. That's the goal.
Ooh, looking to go 3 for 3. I'm glad I asked the Road America question. Okay, good stuff. Josh, congratulations. Anybody you'd like to shout out to this evening?
Yeah, of course, Patriot Fire for being on the car and for the league. Beverly's a great guy. I'm glad he put forward the money for that. Norm Pelletier, MP3 Designs, for painting that. Such a pretty car. Of course, Unacceptable Racing. And then you, Sean and Chris, and the rest of the guys at GSRC. Can't wait to go back and watch.
All right. Hey,
just want you to apologize to him in advance.
All right, thanks to Josh Scrupa, driving the number 25 Patriot Fire Cup machine. And Chris, I think Yazik, is that who you've caught up with? Right?
Yeah,
Yazik?
I'm gonna have Yazik, but I'm trying to hold back Amjad right now because Josh said something about winning the V8 race. He might have something to say about that when it's all over with. But
Y'all settle down your squabbles after I'm done talking.
Whoa, Yazik. Look at the man gets an ego because he gets to come back here. You know what? I'll actually you can have your seat back again just for this 1 second. How's that?
All right.
You just sat in a bunch of whipped cream anyways. But hey, nice job and congratulations on your third.
Hey, thank you, Chris. I came down with something today and I've been under the weather all day, so I got lippy with a whole bunch of people. I didn't mean to do that, and I probably owe Dalton an apology. I think he was letting Scrupa up and I didn't expect him to break that early, and that's what happened. But all in all, solid podium finish for our HPP Simulation Loud Pedal Motorsports Ford Fusion.
Now, you've had your struggles a little bit, and you've had some good finishes here the last couple of weeks. Tonight, your career best third. Do you feel that momentum coming to get in victory lane soon?
I'll tell you what, before, in the first half of that one, I thought we had the car to win. I mean, we were 2 seconds up on everybody. We were 2 seconds up on everybody, and we had really good long race pace, but, you try short pitting and, people don't practice pit stops, or green flag pitting in practice. Just go out there and cut hot laps for an hour and a half, ruin that whole strategy. So we moved on from that. I think we gave him a heck of a show. Gave you guys a heck of a show coming off that restart. But once you get behind, it's just, I just couldn't get back out in front. I could make the bottom work for a lap or two, but then it was just, settling it out and riding, and was kind of hoping the guy in front of you made a mistake and let you get by.
Hey, Chris, I want to butt in real quick and just say, Brian, you sounded like Mr. Krabby Pants out there on the radio this evening. I'm sorry you're not feeling too well, buddy.
Yeah. Like I said, I just feel like crap. So I got lippy a whole bunch of times, and I didn't mean to. And I'm sure people. I'm known as somewhat of a level head and someone as a hot head. So I'll just kind of hope that everybody kind of picks the middle on that one.
Well, either way, you did a great job tonight, Brian. Congratulations on your third place run, and you'll keep that momentum going and go turn right and left and go have fun near your home area there, Road America.
Yeah, Road America. Is that next week?
That's next week.
I thought we had another oval there. Hey, the nice part is lately I've been getting pretty decent at this road racing stuff. Messenger blowing up.
It's not me.
Yeah, I know. We're getting pretty good at this road racing stuff. These HPP pedals that we got under here really make road racing a whole lot of fun. So really looking forward to getting back to Elkhart Lake. We might have a shot at it next week. Bryant is a heck of a road racer. So is Skrupa and Krahula and the whole unacceptable guys. But I'll tell you what, we're going to give it a hell of a shot, and we're going to go for it. So that says hppsimulation.com if you want to get yourself a set of pedals like mine, the 3PRX SE. That's how you do her.
Yeah, it's my license plate number. Anyways, Yazik, nice job, and we'll see you next week.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
All right, Drew Carroll, I believe, Sean, you caught up with him. Well, get him real quick.
Drew, welcome to the booth, my friend. What a run this evening for you. You were in the thick of that there at the end, competing for a win.
Yeah, we had a good day today. The clipping that Apex Ford Fusion Loud Pedal Motorsports car and team did really good today. Proud of everybody, and everything's great.
Well, you did nothing but pick up spots in this race. What was it like getting through the traffic?
Just one of them deals. You had to kind of slide job everybody, but just happy clipping that Apex is on board, and everything's great.
All right. What's the plan for the team heading to Road America?
Keep it on course. Don't try to piss too many people off, and hopefully come away with the W.
Hey, Sean, I got a quick question for Drew. How's everything?
Oh, Chris, everything's great.
Just check.
Boy, we love that sunny disposition. Drew, anybody you want to thank this evening?
Thank Loud Pedal Motorsports clipping that Apex, HPP Simulations, all my teammates, and you guys for putting on the broadcast.
All right, and our thanks to Drew Carroll. A moment there with him. Great run for Drew Carroll and the team this evening. Chris, that was some kind of race.
That was pretty fun. That was definitely really fun. I had a blast. Your final thoughts before we go home? I know Amjad's apparently got some TV to watch or something.
Hey, listen, Road America is really one of my favorite road courses in the United States. So I'm looking forward to getting there. I too am a little bit happy to get away from the 1.5 mile ovals for just a little bit, but take a little break. But this was a great race this evening, and Bob picks up a big win there. The points are going to shake up just a little bit with Eckrich's absence this evening, and Chris, it's time to head on to the next round.
Which, by the way, Bob said tonight he's not going to be at next week, so shake it up some more. Why not? But special thanks to the Premier Racing League for putting on the Patriot Fire Cup Series. Also thanks to the software and hardware that we use for our broadcast that you can see listed on your screen right about now.
And we also want to thank our musical contributors, Erica Colm and Casey DeLon, whose music you can find at the websites listed on screen. For more information about future races, you can see those also on screen. Or you can go visit our great website, globalsimracingchannel.com, where you can check out our past broadcasts and even check in our current schedule of events.
And we're also on the old Twitter. You can chat us at GSR Channel and Facebook.com/Global Sim Racing Channel. Next time we will be on the air, the Premier Racing League Patriot Fire Cup Series Thursday night, round 9 of the season from Road America in Wisconsin. But we hope to see you at 9 o'clock Thursday evening. Congrats again to our winner, Bob Bryant. For Dougie Beard, I'm Jed Yamin, Sean Ambrose. I'm Chris Scala. Happy Easter all, including you guys. Race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track of Easter eggs.